see, this is not like my normal sort of videos. I've had the car for a long time and I wasn't too sure what to do with it, if I'm honest. I had a slight problem that I'll go into in this video with the engine. I've left the car, I started stripping it, because as you know I was going to sell the car. But basically I'm going to put the car back together, get it all up and running again, and then go from there. But this time I can document it, because last time, obviously when I built the car, it's not documented on YouTube because I done it myself really, and through Instagram. Pretty much it's just going to be videos on me rebuilding it and sorting out some bits and pieces. This might be good for you guys because it'll give you a bit more of an insight in what goes into the big turbo builds, actually how much work has been done to this car, because a lot of people don't realise the actual amount of work and effort and working out stuff that goes into these cars. Everyone thinks it's just slap on parts and it all works, when it doesn't, because most of this stuff probably isn't supposed to be on Focus. It's all universal parts and you sort of got to make it fit. But yeah, we'll start off with the engine. I'll show you what's going on with that. So at the moment, I'm a little bit tight for space. I've got loads of subframe stuff down there. I've got my intercoolers and rads and everything else set out there. I've still got it sort of bolted together as such, just because when I took it off, obviously I wanted to limit the stuff I had to put back on if I was going to do it. This is the engine. It's just back from being pretty much fully rebuilt again. Basically, I was out one night driving back from my mate's house and the car just died on me. I was going along, normally driving normal speed limit and stuff, not thrashing it enough. I know I thrash it a lot, but this time was the one time I didn't. Yeah, it just cut out and just started knocking. It sounded like rod knock or something. Something was quite bad with it. But basically, what we've worked out it to be was the oil lost its lubrication. In basically what it done was take off number 1 bearing. The lubrication went and it must have got a grip on the crank, and so it scored the crank a bit and it took the bearing off its seat, which is not really a bad job. It's not mega. It didn't affect nothing else. We had the head off anyway, so I gave it to Matt Lewis Motorsport, and they took the head off, sent that off for check-in. Everything's all fine with that. That all got redone and resurfaced and put back together, all new seals. The rod actually had a bit of a mark on it, so we changed one rod, only number 1. Nothing else had gone wrong. So we changed the rod in it, put a whole new set of bearings in it, and then just cleaned everything. So we stripped everything all down again, all the pistons, rods and all that, had all the sump apart and just washed it all out, because there was loads of metal filings in the oil, which there is still some parts like my oil cooler, oil lines, my turbo as well. I'm gonna have to strip that down because the oil feed to the turbo will just, again, it's all precautions. There will be a little bit of oil probably in them parts. I'm gonna have to clean them out before I put them back on. Yeah, this is end result basically. It's all been redone again. Oh, the gearbox is off, that's over there. Again, had the gearbox all checked. Again, we didn't know what it was. At first, we thought it might be a gearbox gone because the grinding noise was sort of coming from the gearbox side, but obviously it was coming from the engine because the gearbox was fine. So that all got put back together, reblasted and whatever, and cleaned and checked. So I know that's mint, this is mint. Put it all back together and we should be mint. Basically today, I am probably gonna start off with just tidying up some bits. There's some bungs and stuff in here. I've got all this taped off. I've got to sort out. So I'll probably tighten them up. I might strip the oil cooler down, ready to take down and get cleaned. So I'll strip that down, and I might strip the turbo down as well and get all the parts ready for cleaning basically. So yeah, this is what I was saying, that I've got the subframe all here, bolted up. So pretty much everything's on it, the white line, anti-roll bar and whatnot, crash bar and everything's all here. I've cleaned all these bits up, all the pipes and everything, so everything's clean. I've redone the wiring loom, so I've retaped all of it. Just going to do a nice sort of clean build with this one, get it all back to absolutely pretty much as perfect as I can get it. Take the oil cooler off as well. It's a Mishimoto oil cooler I run. I'll take that off, and the lines I might clean. I mean, the catch can shouldn't have nothing in it, but might just clean it out as I'm doing all the other parts. Yeah, just tidy bits up, like I say, tidy bits up as I go. As well, another thing to mention is my clutch. I used to run a 6-paddle Helix, which is this one. Again, nothing wrong with the clutch, just basically worn a bit too low. There's still some life in it, but really it needs changing, because all I'm going to do is fit this and then have to take it out in, let's say, a couple of months time or so, with the way I drive it and the abuse it gets. It's not too bad. It's a really good clutch, to be honest. A lot of people don't like them because they're quite heavy. Personally, I never had a problem with it. It's always worked for me. It's done the job, and at the end of the day, I think that's all you want. the clutch that actually works. Yeah, might change that out to something else, because they used to be a cheaper clutch, but from what I've realised now is the price of everything's just gone up. Everything is just crazy price, and the price of a twin plate Extreme is the same price as a Helix now. The rest of the parts are over here as well. So I've got wheels, lights, exhaust, turbo, all the covers for all different bits and pieces, heat shielding, drive shafts. It's just, yeah, bits everywhere basically. That was an old shifter that got me through Isle of Wight because the other one broke, unfortunately, the 0.1, which again, that's gonna have to be in another video. I've got parts laying around in here. Got like my ECU. I've got the original shifter in, basically. New shifter I had, new design. I can't fault 0.1 themselves. Customer service, spot on. They helped me out with everything I needed. They took that back. They took it back straight away. It was a bit of a shame really, because I did really like that shifter. I thought it was sick. It looked sick, got loads of good comments and stuff. And it did drive really nice. At Isle of Wight, it started being a bit rough to go into gear. And that's why, again, we looked at the gearbox, because we thought something might be up with that, or clutch. But again, clutch still had plenty of life in it. Yeah, basically what it turned out to be is the metal was a bit too thin and it broke on the 0.1 shifter. He was going to do me a new design. Then I said to him I might be selling the car, so I said let's just call it quits, just get a refund. I've had my fun with it, I've shown people, I've advertised for you. If I just get a refund, and then it saves me trying to sell that shifter, because obviously it would have to be a red car or something to have that, because it was custom for this car. And because I was breaking it for parts, I was like, oh, it's going to be absolute chaos to try and sell it. So yeah, they gave me a refund, no dramas, no problems whatsoever. He was sorry for what obviously happened, and unfortunately it's just a thing, the way it goes with modified cars. You've got to test these things. You can't give an opinion on something if you haven't tried it. So basically that's not me saying don't buy this stuff, but it's just me saying if you do, just take precautions. It might have some of these problems. If you're trying something new, you can't expect it to be perfect every time. Obviously they take a long time getting these fixes out. It's a little bit like simple parts, like even wastegates. There's probably a time when these wastegates are rubbish, but now they're good. Let's crack on anyway and get something done. So what you guys can see that I'm doing now is just tightening up some of the bolts, as they had a lot of the bolts loose for when they cleaned the engine down and stuff and rebuilt it back up. As for the turbo, I thought I was going to strip it down, take the cover off and take all the parts off of the cover, just because I might get it powder coated again. I might go for a satin bronze like the wheels, or go for just a better bronze, but we'll see when the time comes what colour I go for. Was my contraption to hold all the oil and bits and pieces. It was a nice Auto Finesse bucket. But yeah, this is the oil cooler I've run. As we can see, it probably could do with having a good old clean up. I'm going to take this down to my brother's garage. We'll give this a good clean out, give the feeds a good clean out. I've got in my van as well the turbo feed, so we can clean that out. And got my catch can here to clean out. There's not really a lot of oil in this, but I'm going to clean it out anyway. And my turbo core, I'm going to give that a wash out. But yeah, should be good. When I was thinking about cleaning the oil cooler out, I knew there would be some fragments of metal inside there, and I know some of you might say about the fins inside the oil cooler might be metal stuck in them. As you'll see on here, I cleaned it out as best I can with this parts cleaners device, as well as I sprayed some brake and clutch cleaner in there and used an airline to blow as much of it I can out as possible. As you can see, this is just a small amount that got collected on the top, but you can see the amount of metal pieces, and this is all just from a bearing. inside an engine, which is crazy really to think that that much metal can come off just one little bearing. I used brake and clutch cleaner on oil cooler and turbo inside the fins and everything, just to make sure everything was spotless. I have got an inline filter for the turbo oil feed, but just as a precaution, I want to try and clean everything as best I can and have pretty much everything as new so I can get it to go back on. So, we've got some more new parts, well to go on. Gone for an Extreme twin plate clutch. I think I had one of these on my first setup. Can't remember if it lasted very long or not. Don't know if it's an old one or what make, because I didn't realise there's loads of different ones of these. There's like organic, carbon, ceramic one. There's like loads of different makes anyway of Extreme ones, and they're all different rated, which I don't know if the one I ordered before my first setup, like it was rated, might have been really low, and then it just, yeah. Basically, it didn't last long. Well, there's the Helix 6-paddle. A lot of people don't like them because they're a heavy clutch, which they are. It has lasted me like 2 years, and it's done my last setup at 641 horsepower, and it's done this setup, which the torque I'm running on the car is more than what that clutch is rated for, and it has put up with it, as you've seen from the videos. So, I ain't saying nothing bad about that clutch, and I can't say this one's better than that, because I haven't tried this one yet. This one's supposed to feel lighter, basically twin plate, it's going to help, that's just single, so it should feel nicer to drive, and as you've seen on some of the videos, it does the pedal master thing that bursts, so I don't know if that's because of how heavy that clutch is, because it just seems to be, I've gone for a lot of them, I've gone for like 4 in the space of like 6 months, if that. So I'm hoping that this is going to stop me having that problem of it bursting because of how heavy it is. But we'll give this a look. I know these Extreme clutches are expensive, but they do come with everything you need for an easy installation, such as new clutch slave and all the hardware and alignment tools you need to do the job. So this is a new clutch and everything. I'm not going to act like I know exactly what I'm doing. As you know by now, the channel and me, not a mechanic. So I'm going to get my brother to help me with this. My brother is a mechanic. Basically, he's going to come over and we're going to get this fitted up. And then hopefully, I guess once this is on and the box is on, we'll probably get this put back in the car, then the engine. Obviously, won't be, a lot of stuff won't be connected up, but we'll get, yeah, the engine back in the car. So yeah, let's get this on. Slave's nice and simple to fit. There's just a little line that goes in there, which literally pushes on. This pipe here pulls out. I've had the box reconditioned, so that's why it's got all these bungs in the ports. But yeah, so we've just got that on there. I guess this is just a alignment tool, just I think to keep everything straight. So I think that just sits, might even just sit like that to be fair. Does it go that way? No. So it just sits like that. I think that's so we can slide everything on. I'm going to get this on an engine stand, just so we can lift it in the air and I can fit all the parts onto that easier, basically, without this tyre getting in the way. Because we're going to have to get it up in the air anyway to put the box on. So basically, as a sort of rule of thumb with the clutch and these sort of clutches that have loads of parts to them, is take it all apart, you flip everything over, and you'll know exactly when it comes to you putting the clutch onto the flywheel, everything can go back in the way it came out. There is, I think, an arrow there was on some of the parts to say what way to put it as well. But just like I say, to cover yourself, take it off one way and then put it back on the same way then you've taken it off.
Again.
On the instructions it did say about putting a bit of Loctite on these bolts. With the flywheel bolts on the instructions, it just says to do it as manufacturer instructions, which is 45 Newton meters. After you've done all the bolts to 45 Newton meters, we then marked it with a pen because it says 45 Newton meters to start off with all of them, and then it's 90 degrees. So we were just marking lines because we didn't have the tool with us to do the 90 degrees, so we marked lines to make sure that we hit the 90 degrees with it. As I've shown before, there's an alignment tool that you put on, and then, like you said, you just put everything on the way it came off. And as you've got it stacked beside you, you can see exactly what order it all needs to go into. As for the bolts on the outside of the clutch, when you are tightening them up, you can actually see the little prongs that sit in the middle. They do actually start to bend in to go a bit flat as you're doing the clutch up, which is one thing I picked up on. And for this, it's actually got written on the clutch the Newton meters spec to go to, which is 18 Newton meters. After we've done the 18 Newton meters, we then marked them with a red pen, as there were so many, you could actually see what ones we have done to the right spec. Once you have torqued all the bolts to the right spec, you can then pull the alignment tool out. This was actually a surprisingly hard part. We did start off originally lifting the box and to try and make it fit onto the engine, but because we didn't got a proper engine support, it kept moving around. So we ended up using bits of wood, as well as it was still a bit of a struggle to try and get it to go together. But we got there in the end. As for all the parts that we're putting back, we are trying to clean the parts as we go to try and make, like I say, everything as clean as possible so it's as new as possible to get back on. As for the engine mounts, I've already had these powder coated previously with the Powerflex bushes, so I thought they seemed pretty clean anyway, so we're going to run the same red for these engine mounts. For putting the engine back in, it was quite hard because my bonnet was in the way. We couldn't get the crane fully in, so it did take quite a bit of moving about and adjusting with the jacks, as you can see underneath, that we've got supported with bits of wood, just to try and protect it as best we can. But after your lovely 3-second video and our 2 hours of struggling, we managed to get the engine and gearbox finally in. Right guys, that's the clutch, gearbox on and the engine back in now, which is a massive step forward really, because now it's all the little bits of just bolting loads of sensors and bits and pieces and lines, which is pretty simple now. Massive thank you to my brother. Obviously I wouldn't be able to do it without him. I mean, quite a bit of this car from start to finish is between my brother and my mate Gary. Basically helped me when every time a mechanic bit comes up, I get a bit stuck. They always help me out. Because like I said, I love to learn it. I enjoy it. I do it through just a passion. It's not a job of mine. I'm just trying to teach you guys a bit more behind the scenes of this car. Because a lot of people see the price of it and all this sort of stuff and the price of parts, and they don't realise actually how much go into this car to make it pretty much how it is. I mean, just looking at it now, it's pretty simple now. and there's still so many custom bits I'm seeing just simply to get it to run. Anyway, it's a big step forward. I reckon I'm going to end this one here. The next video I'll probably mark up some of pipes and some electrical connections along the front. I'll probably get that on. I might get the front subframe and stuff on as well, I don't know. Just because I've got to get some lines and a clutch bleeder kit from my brother's garage so I can bleed the clutch up. It's all pretty self-explanatory as well. The Extreme clutch, really simple to fit. Had everything on it, had all the paperwork for everything, and had all like Torx settings and stuff were either on the paperwork or is to manufacturer's instructions, so just like original sort of clutch, which is quite good. Highly recommend it at the minute. Again, I'll soon be able to tell you how well it works, but at the minute it looks really cool. Not that you guys can see, but it looks really good, and yeah, simple to fit, which that's pretty much all you want. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright.